I'm Dan, and this is 10,000 Hours of Indie, a podcast exploring new music and delving deeper into what goes on in the background of the independent music industry. I'm a musician and passionate music lover, and I wanted to delve deeper into new music in the independent scene around the world. I also saw this as a chance to help artists connect and share their stories, so if there's someone you hear and you want to find out more about, every podcast has links in the show description. Get involved, help this community grow, follow on the 10,000 Hours of Indie socials, you can find all the links in the show description. And also feel free to email me about anything music related, 10,000indie@gmail.com. I'm open to any ideas and love listening to your promos. Destrends are a four-piece Australian post-punk/garage rock band consisting of Matt Savage on vocals, Angus Ingram on bass, Liam Bergen on drums, and Billy Watts on guitar. I've been following the band since their EP Wasteland back in 2020, which got loads of airplay on my radio show. The band released their second single of the year, the anthemic Hearts in the Smokers, at the end of last month, so what better time to have a chat? Matt, the singer from the band, welcome to the 10,000 Hours of Indie podcast.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. I didn't realise you'd been sticking with us for so long. Since the Wasteland EP, you've been around for a while. It's awesome.
Yeah, I've been listening to your stuff for years. No, that Wasteland EP was on over and over again. My kids could probably recite the lyrics from that.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. It's amazing.
Punk and post-punk seem to be doing really well in Australia right now, especially as an export. What do you think has been the catalyst for that?
I'm actually not quite sure. I think spearheading that whole thing has definitely been Amyl and the Sniffers, which is amazing. They just came back recently to do some hometown shows, and it was amazing. They played at Federation Square in Melbourne, and it was actually so big that the city had to shut it down because there's too many people that came. And all the fences were knocked down and everything like that. And then they donated, so they couldn't go on with the show, but they donated the proceeds to local venues here who helped start them, and we've been playing it for years. So, yeah, there's been a bit of a revival of the Aussie punk sound, which is amazing. I mean, it's always kind of been there. Our guitarist, Billy Watts, his father, who unfortunately passed away, but played in the Cosmic Psychos, which are a big pub Aussie band of the 90s. So, yeah, the sound's always been around, but I feel like there's been a big resurgence of that, like, worldwide, which is awesome.
Destrends have been making music for over 10 years now. How do you stay fresh?
We have been. It's kind of been a bit of an on and off again type thing. It's gone through lots of different formats, I suppose, with different members and that kind of thing. COVID really stopped us for a long time. Melbourne was the most locked down city in the world, I think. So a couple of years were gone, actually. But I'm feeling like the lineup we have now is awesome, and it's kind of all guns blazing. So there's been points where it's been on the back burner a little bit, just with life and everything. But I feel like we're back and kind of stronger than ever at the moment.
And as a punk band, do you think it's easy to always have something to write about and stay fresh?
I think so. I think we're just kind of written from our own experiences, really. I mean, I feel like I'm a pretty emotional person in general. And quite a sensitive soul. So I feel like it kind of comes fairly easily to me. I think most of our songs we kind of have a bit of a balance between energetic punk, where it's like the party time, but also songs that are a bit ballady and kind of about the come down, you know, the roller coaster of life, the ups and downs. So no, I think I've got plenty to write about, actually. There's always something happening. It's pretty chaotic.
So what about the band name? Where did that come from?
I wish I had a better answer to this, but it's just kind of a word that they made up, which I think it kind of suits the band, though. But people say all sorts of different things. I say Destrends, so we get Destrends, Destrends. So it's a bit of a hard one to pronounce. But yeah, just kind of a word just came to me one day, so we just kind of rolled with it.
I have always thought about it as like desperate trends.
Yes, and some people, like in other countries, say it's like the trends or like against the trends. I'm not too sure, but, you know, we'll roll with it. That's cool.
No, as long as people are thinking about it, you know the band are in their mind. So that's the important thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Lousy Lover Records is a great name for a label. Is that your own label?
Thank you. It's something we're wanting to start. So we're kind of fiercely independent. We don't have a booking agent. We don't have management. We don't have a label, anything really. And latest film clips, we're filming everything ourselves, which is kind of how we want to keep it. I guess at the moment that's just a name for our little thing. We've kind of been doing that the whole time, basically. I don't know if it's formally a record label, but I mean, everything that we do is completely independent, and we want to keep it that way for as long as possible.
Let's talk about the new single, Hearts in the Smokers. Has someone in the band recently given up smoking?
We're all kind of smoking or vaping, or between both. It was more of a... we reference Fitzroy and Collingwood, which are suburbs here, very much in the song, like Brunswick Street and Smith Street. So it was kind of like, I felt like it's when you're at a party and, you kind of click with someone in the smokers area. And at that point in time, you think that they are the love of your life. And, no one's ever got you as much as it's in the entire world. And then you wake up and you haven't got their number and you never see them again. That kind of connection you make when you're partying. It's not really the real world.
Well, the next question you've answered, because I was going to say, is it more a metaphor? So it kind of is in a way.
I think I've just revealed a lot more about myself to randoms in the smoking area than I ever would to even my friends or family. So,
so this is a proper driving punk tune, maybe your most intense yet. Great guitar and bass riffs driving the song and punchy lyrics and vocals. Whereas your previous single, Shame, was a slower, almost more contemplative tune. Has it been a conscious decision to show two completely different sides of the band this year?
Not particularly. I think we just kind of started working on an album, which is about to come out next year. And for some reason, just half the songs fell into that, kind of faster punk category, and half of them fell into that more contemplative, kind of almost balladesque category. And I don't know how that happened, but it did. So it's kind of about 50-50.
So it made sense to release one of each if you were releasing two singles in a year.
Yes, I think that's what we're doing. We're like, okay, so I guess we'll do one of, this side of the album and one of the other side of the album and see what lands.
The video for the single is simple but very cool. It's on YouTube for anyone who needs the frame of reference. What's the orange sleeveless jumpsuit all about?
It was just something that I borrowed from a friend that I thought was cool. We did a photo shoot with it. But we also bought it was like a blow-up couch, right, off Amazon, and we thought it was this massive blow-up couch and it's going to be the feature of the film clip and it's going to look amazing, and we got it and it was tiny and horrible, and as soon as you blew it up it popped, so you can see me playing around with that. So it didn't really work out how we wanted it to, but we pretty much just rolled around in the local car park.
So how do you write a song as a band? Does somebody come up with a riff and it builds from there, or do you have some lyrics? What's your sort of starting point and development for each song?
The way we've always written, and I don't know if it's the best way, but it's the only way that we know, is we'd actually jam in the studio, come up with the entire structure for a song musically, and then I'll play around for a long time trying to find where the melody line is, and then the lyrics come after, which is probably the wrong way around. I wish I could write a poem and then put music to it, but unfortunately it works the other way, and that's the only way we know. So that's pretty much our process.
I admire people who can write the lyrics afterwards. I mean, Michael Stipe from REM is a prime example of somebody who did that amazingly well. But the only thing I'm actually good at is writing words, so I always take words to people. So
I wish I was the other way around. It's like a massive puzzle that you have to do, or it's like going fishing, Then the story kind of forms. It comes from somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's good to have the structure first, because if I take lyrics to my guitarist, he's lost for weeks. So...
Me and Billy worked on the lyrics and the melodies a lot, after the band kind of formed it up. And it was painstaking, actually. But when you get it, and it's so exciting.
So you've released two singles in 2025. I was going to ask, is there maybe an album coming at last? But you've already hinted at that. So do you have dates and things?
There is an album. We do have dates and things. We just need to get the thing pressed. But we're done.
Okay, fantastic. So that will be out in 2026 at some stage?
Absolutely.
That's good to hear. We'll have a longer interview then.
Okay, love to come back.
Social media. You guys have been around quite a long time. What are your feelings towards social media?
Look, we're embracing it. It's a great way to kind of get to the masses. I don't think I'd probably be talking to you maybe without it. So there's lots of great things. We started like an old school pub band where we didn't have to really worry about that kind of stuff. And now it's so important to make content. So I guess that's a bit of a struggle for us. It doesn't feel quite natural. But I think so far so good. And I think it's actually a way that we can reach more people. So it's been working quite well for us, actually.
I notice you're on TikTok as well, which a lot of bands are sort of still dipping their toes in the water and not really understanding. Is that where you're at?
Our drummer's very good at those things. I try and stay out of it. That's not my
That's fair
forte.
enough.
It actually works quite well because we've all got different strengths, and the social media is not one of mine.
Yeah,
So we're lucky to
I
have
feel...
Liam, who's amazing at those things.
Okay, so referencing a few of your YouTube shorts now, how much did your guitarist sweat in his turtleneck while doing that recording?
A lot.
So it really was a bad choice. He wasn't just saying it.
No. A terrible choice. Yeah, terrible choice.
And you also seem to enjoy a good dressing up session. I'm referencing the video from Mindfulness.
Oh, yeah, I've always loved to dress up. Like, any excuse will do. So we like kind of bringing that kind of theatrical, nature to the performances 100%. We're not scared to dress up at all. We have a great time doing that.
Is there a bit of a performing arts background in your life, maybe?
Not really. I've always been a drama queen. That's true. Not necessarily. We're all actually from, like, country towns, really. So probably didn't really quite get the opportunity to do that. But wherever we've had the chance to, yes.
So you're not prolific posters on Instagram, but there's some great live photos, behind-the-scenes shots from tour, and a few video clips as well. I assume the band have been around long enough to not care so much about the numbers.
Yeah, that's true. I used to care a lot, actually. But yeah, we don't mind. We just do what we do. Yeah, I think we've just like settled into that mentality a bit more. It's just like we do what we do, and like we're not trying to be anyone that we're not, or not counting the numbers is a great way to be.
I'd also like to point people in the direction of your website because you've got some great T-shirts on there. Did the band design them all, or have you got somebody who does your graphic designing for you?
I think we did. We designed most of them with a little bit of help, I think. But yeah, we've got some T-shirts. So please, that's the best way to support like our local independent band. I think is like buy the merch. It's very helpful for us. So that'd be awesome.
So live shows. You seem to be a band who really enjoy the art of a live show, especially you as the frontman. Is that the case?
Absolutely. We were so lucky. We got to support. Do you know King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard? They're like
that's my next question, actually.
Yes. So that was amazing. So we're in Sydney last weekend and got to open for them. So that was just such a dream come true, like for us. We're traditionally like a pub band, like sweaty dive bar band. And we got to do like a big theatre in Sydney, which is the Enmore Theatre. And it was a whole different experience. And we absolutely loved it. So that was great.
Was it a seated audience?
Not downstairs, but then there was like an upstairs seating area. But no, there was the usual Gizzard mosh pit, which was excellent. And
nice.
Their fans are so good that they rock up on time. They support the bands that are supporting them. And we just had an amazing time. And just to kind of translate from the smaller stage to the bigger stage was great to us. And the crew was so awesome. So we had an excellent time.
Did you as a band learn anything from them during the shows?
I think we learned lots of things. We kind of had to step up our production a lot. I was doing like in-ear monitoring for the first time. Probably not the best show to do that for the first time, but but we just jumped in the deep end. Yeah, just working with the monitor guy and the front of house guy. And, we had our name up on the digital screen and just doing it on a different level. We learned so much.
You've got a show on December the 27th in Adelaide. That's your last show of the year, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
It's an 8-hour drive from where you are. Is that right?
Melbourne to Sydney, yeah.
That's quite a drive for one show.
Oh, we flew. I know, we're spoiled.
You're that band?
No, we're not that. It's hard to tour Australia. The cities are very far between each other, so...
I was going to say it's a lot of Australian bands envy us Europeans because it's so easy to do a tour in Europe compared to in Australia if you want to hit all the major cities.
It's pretty much impossible. I mean, it's kind of 8 hours to anywhere, at least. So that makes touring quite hard, actually, and hard to afford as well.
Does that make it especially difficult, do you think, for a smaller band in Australia? Because if you're only playing your local city once a month, I guess you're not really getting out there as much as you'd like to.
It's quite easy to get stuck in the local scene and like for us to just play in Melbourne every, month or so, as you were saying. But like we're trying really hard to be an Australian band more so than a Melbourne band. So that means, I guess, getting to Sydney, getting to Adelaide, getting to Brisbane. But it is quite expensive. So it is hard.
Another general live question. Do you think punk bands have more fun on stage than other genres?
Absolutely.
One word answer, that's done.
Absolutely.
Do you have shows planned in 2026 yet?
We do have a bit of an Australian tour in the works for our album, and we are planning to hopefully either come to Europe or the States, so working on that at the moment.
I've pretty much done the questions. That was very quick. The final question, though, is what music are you listening to at the moment that people may not be aware of and should take some time to check out?
I don't know much about them, but I heard it on the radio a couple of days ago. I think they're from the UK. It's called Get Down Services.
Okay, I've not heard of them.
Have a listen. I only heard one song, but I Shazammed it and I was enjoying it. So that's my little hot take.
What genre are they?
It's kind of a bit yelly, kind of UK, bit punky, bit 808 drummy. And they're coming to Australia soon, so I'm going to delve into that a little bit more.
Probably be when you're in Europe.
Maybe. I only heard one song on the radio like 2 days ago, but I enjoyed it.
So for anyone wishing to find out more, you have a website, destrendsmusic.com, and you're on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Fantastic. Well, Hearts of Smokers is out now on all streaming platforms. Matt, thanks for joining me. I'm so looking forward to the album. Now I know there's one coming.
Thank you so much. Yeah, coming soon. On the press as we speak, I think.